Everyone, I'm Valerie Goodwin, and I'm a current PR student here at Eastern Michigan University. And today I'm going to be interviewing one of our PR alum, Kevin Hillman. We're going to interview him about what he's done with his PR degree since graduating from Eastern. So, would you like to introduce yourself, Kevin?
Sure, no problem. So my name is Kevin Hillman. I graduated from EMU in 2020 with a public relations degree.
So, to start, we're going to talk about getting your job. So, were you able to find a job after graduation, or did you decide to take a different route?
So personally, I actually found an internship after graduation with Ann Arbor Spark. Jamie actually told me about this internship program. I had applied to it before, but unfortunately didn't get in. Applied to it again. Was able to get in this time, and I just kind of had a series of internships kind of back to back that summer, which then landed me a job in the fall. So I guess I didn't get like a full-time job straight out of college. I kind of did many internships, and then that ended up landing me into a more permanent role.
Okay. So, what is the job that you currently hold, and how did you find this job?
So right now I'm actually a partner in training at a firm called Finn Partners. It's more of like an intern intermediate position to where I can kind of elevate. But I found this position they actually found me. So I originally applied for this position when I graduated in 2020. Due to the pandemic, and they went through a hiring freeze. And so, a lot of places weren't hiring anymore. And so the recruiter actually reached back out to me and asked, was I still interested in this position? And so, I did, formal interview and everything. And I was able to be accepted. And, they welcomed me aboard. So I've actually only been in this job for not even a month. I've only been here for maybe about 2 weeks. So I'm still getting used to everything. But yeah, it's been a fun ride.
All right. Did you find it difficult to find a job after graduation? I know you said you had a series of internships. I guess did you find it difficult to find internships, or was it fairly easy?
I think with Ann Arbor Spark, since I kind of knew about the program already, it wasn't too difficult. But I understand, like at the height of the pandemic, it was very difficult, and even sometimes right now, it can be kind of difficult to find positions. But I will say that things are opening back up. My biggest thing would be to apply to as many things as you can, things that you think, even if it's not directly suited to what you want to do, if it allows you to do some of the work that you're doing in your public relations program right now, it can be advantageous. Because one thing I can tell you about what recruiters are looking for that I've found is they really value that experience, like a lot. So I'd say that I was in a way, I was kind of thankful that I kind of was able to go from one internship to another, but I also understand that may not be everyone's experience.
Do you have any advice to give to newly graduated students who just graduate this semester or might be graduating soon for
Yeah,
internship?
I think one of the biggest advice that I would give is that to kind of be a go-getter. Kind of what I was saying previously about experience. Recruiters are definitely looking for people who have a certain set of skills, and they want to see that you're constantly applying those skills. They want to see that you're consistently doing the work. And that doesn't necessarily mean in a formal job or position. It could be anywhere. It could be volunteer work, it could be personal projects. And this is something that'll also make you a better professional in general. If you don't use something, you'll lose it. So whether it's writing, whether it's being well versed in what's going on in digital media right now, just kind of immersing yourself within the field, all of those things can help you in an interview. And those are things that you can put on a job application. And that'll show that, hey, I'm a go-getter. I want this. Because when you get into a position, yes, even if that's an entry-level position, they're going to expect you to know something. And they're going to expect you to be a go-getter for whatever the knowledge that you don't know. Because they're there to help you, but at the same time, they have their own jobs. So, when you graduate, it's still about learning, but at the same time, it's about that consistent application as well.
All right. So now I want to talk about your career that you have now that you just started.
Okay.
So what does your role entail? What does a typical day as a digital team member look like?
So personally, right now, since things are just getting started, I'm doing a lot of reporting, social media reporting. So I'm going into specific applications. I'm taking down the stats, so, what our social media performance is, and I'm putting that into a presentation. And eventually my managers, and eventually I'll be in those rooms too, but I'll be presenting, those stats to, the clients, and, saying where we need to improve. I'm doing a lot of research work for different clients. Let's see here, writing social media copy, a lot of different tasks. I'd say that my days are, in a way, they're never the same. I'm always working on a different client, doing research for a different client, and I can be pulled into an assignment literally at a moment's notice. So it's important if you want to work in the agency life. And what I've seen is that you do have to have a lot of flexibility, but you also have to have a lot of focus on making sure that you're spending enough time on each project in order to get it completed. So that's what I would say for agency life. In my previous position, I was more of an in-house role, and it's a little bit less hectic, but you still have to have that focus, and now you have to kind of support your other team members as well. So.
All right. So your job that you have at the moment, I know you just started, but would you say it's different before the pandemic versus after? Like, I know you said you did internship. What did it look different before this all started?
Oh yeah, see, the thing is, I would say that almost every position I've taken since graduation was different before the pandemic. The internship that I originally did was in person. I was originally supposed to go to Ann Arbor Sparks building, because I remember interviewing at the building that I should have been working at my sophomore year, and just doing everything virtual, was different. But I kind of got used to that virtual, work lifestyle, and so now we're still virtual. I definitely would say that it's different because I will probably be in an office. I'll be doing the regular 9 to 5. But I also think that we're gonna see a change. You're gonna see now people might go back to hybrid workplaces. In some cases, if they don't see a need for you to even be in the office, maybe you don't even have to go. So I'd say yes, the internship was probably a whole lot different, but I think what isn't different is the people that I work with and the education that I'm getting from being around, better marketers than me, people who are more experienced in PR. That's something that's always going to be the same.
All right. So how are you able to use your PR degree and your PR skills in your job day in and day out?
Once again, writing is definitely something that I honed when I was in the PR program at Eastern Michigan University. Understanding how to write on a deadline, understanding how to be flexible with different assignments. Every day sometimes things can come out of nowhere, and you have to get them done. Organizational skills are very important. That you stay organized and on top of everything that's going on. And then time management, saying that, if you can not taking too long to finish up a project, at some point it has to be done because you have other things that you have to do. So all of those skills are things I learned while I was in the public relations program, and they're things that I use in my, daily work life.
All right. Is there any advice that you have for current students or students that recently graduated, since you've been out in the field for a little bit and you know what it's like to hold a job and also hold internships? Is there any advice you have for students?
Let's see. I'll definitely double down once again, continue to work on your craft, continue to find some way to work on it, whatever it is you want to do. For those looking for a position, I've said, I'm not gonna say this is a hard and fast rule, but a good 1-page concise resume can sometimes really do wonders. I think that's what recruiters are looking for. Don't quote me on that, because different recruiters look for different things, but having a very concise resume showing the impact that you made wherever you were at is very important, because I know that's what HR people are looking for, the impact you made. Apply to as many places as you can. Always be open to new opportunities and connecting with people. Like, understand that it's not just your skills that are getting you the role, it's the connection that you make with the people around you. And in any roles that you hold, that you previously held, ask them. Maybe they know some people who know some people that'll get you connected, because I didn't tell this story before. I know this is running kind of long, but
You're good.
the only reason I believe I got this position, not just because, I had my resume and everything right, but was because I applied to a different internship, and she liked me so much, she sent my information to somebody at this firm, and they sent my information to somebody in HR, and that's why they reached out. So, that happens. It's definitely don't focus all upon the skills. It's also very much a human aspect to all of this. If you're a likable person, if you're a responsible person, if you're a timely person, those type of relationships can get you jobs as well. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Kevin, for being here. If you are interested in connecting with Kevin, I will have his socials and LinkedIn stuff in the bio or down in the comments below. And thank you once again. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
Interested in doing an interview like this one? DM us your email address.